Hey everybody, it's Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to our Runescape 2007 Unicorn Horn Money Making Guide. In this guide, I will be showing you how to make money grinding unicorn horns into unicorn dust. This is a very profitable and simple to do moneymaker. We will start off with the requirements, which will be very quick. First of all, there are no level requirements. This is obviously a plus, but at the same time you won't be gaining any experience from this moneymaker, you'll only be making money. The only real requirement for this moneymaker is some starting money. You don't need a ton of money. 400 to 500k should be a decent starting point. Any less would be fairly slow, but still doable. If you have more money to spend on the unicorn horns, then you want it to spend as much time buying and selling. This brings us to the next topic, which is buying and selling. The toughest part about grinding unicorn horns is buying the horns in the first place and then selling them when you're done. Unicorn horns and the dust aren't traded nearly as often as other materials like flax and coal and whatnot. If you're buying unicorn horns, you could buy them for a little bit above price and they would buy immediately, but you don't make nearly as much profit that way. Clearly this works with any item you buy, but to buy the unicorn horns usually takes some time. This is why it's nice to have a good cash stack when you go to buy horns. A lot of players buy unicorn horns overnight while they sleep. This is a good strategy and usually gives a better profit margin. If you plan on doing a lot of unicorn horns and you don't have the money to buy a whole day's worth of horns in one night, then you just want to make sure that you're always buying more horns. While you're grinding the horns into dust, you should always have another offer in the grain exchange buying more horns and even selling some of your unicorn horn dust. This will take away from some of the waiting time for the horns to buy. Once you have some unicorn horns to grind, all you need is a pestle and mortar. The process is very simple. Take out the mortar and the 27 unicorn horns, use one horn on the mortar, and your character will start grinding your entire load of unicorn horns. If you enjoy the AFK and like the speed of it as it is, then you're done here. At the end of the inventory, you just have to bank and start over. If you're ready to try and speed up the process, then good for you. That means you're ready to make some more money. Instead of waiting for your character to finish up the load, you can continue to manually grind each horn. This becomes a pretty click-intensive task at this point, so not only am I not very good at it, but I do prefer the AFK. Clicking through all of your horns manually will improve your speeds and profit per hour. Let's talk about how much money you're going to be making. I will be using current prices for this example, which means that when you watch, they will likely be different. The numbers that really are important for you to have is how many you can do an hour. I can buy a unicorn horn for 890 coins and then sell the dust for 1.1k, which gives me a 210 coin profit per dust. You can turn 1,650 unicorn horns into dust every hour for a 346k profit per hour. This is if you're not clicking on every horn. If you decide to do the click-intensive method, then those numbers can increase a little bit. You could be making up to 500k an hour pretty easily. I would say pretty easily, but that's only if you're good at click-intensive stuff. For me, it's not pretty easily. There's no XP rates for unicorn horns because you don't get any experience from them. This is going to wrap up our unicorn horn guide, everyone. As you can see, it is a very simple process. I hope you guys got enough information from this guide to help you make some money, and best of luck making that money.